What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2. On the last episode, we did the most stressful thing that I've seen in this and the previous game. We did this contract and almost died because of it. We lost all of our dice. Our crewmate got stressed out and bailed and almost blew up this drone right in our face. Seraphin actually came out pretty good on that one, but you weren't really involved. We have to leave. You can now travel back to the hub. Once you leave, you will not be able to return. Please leave. -5 stress during travel. Oh, good. Okay. Leave. For me or for everybody? After docking at Hexport, Seraphin lets go of the controls and leans back in his chair. Nia leans over to you. Thank you, Sleeper. She stretches. I know you took a chance on me. Glad to have you. Nia smiles an infectious smile. Feels good to make a contract work. Seraphin smiles, no matter how we pull it off. It's hard not to agree, and it feels better when the Hexport courier comes with a lockbox full of chits. Lane may still be hunting you, but this should help the effort to slip his net. Suddenly, you hear a familiar voice. Nia! Femi glides into view, approaching from the docks. He fixes you with a stare. What are you playing at, Sleeper? Nia wanted to come. You go to speak, but Nia drifts forward, cutting you off. Don't come throwing your weight around, Femi. I can make my own decisions. She glances back at you. Sleeper took me at my word, and I'm grateful. Femi is fuming. Did they now? He turns to you. Well, if you're working for Sleeper, I hope they paid you well. Nia looks away. Well, I asked, so... Femi smiles. So they aren't paying you. Seraphin crosses his arms. Let's keep this civil. You realize this is the first time he's meeting Femi. If we're being civil, seems like Nia is owed her share. Femi fixes you with a severe look. Pay Nia a share. You grab around a quarter of the chits from the lockbox and hold them out to Nia. She takes them sheepishly. All right then. Femi smiles. We're good here. He turns to leave. Nia mouths a sorry and follows Femi across the docks. Seraphin watches them go. You sure know how to pick 'em, Sleeper. He shakes his head. He turns away and heads back along the docking bridge. I just hope we aren't going to end up a stack of cryo short when we need to get out of here. That's okay. It started as a creeping dullness, but something that drew you further from the world, cycle by cycle. Okay, cool. But now, in this moment of waking, it's a shifting pain. It jumps across your body faster than you can follow, and you jerk against it. As you do, a numbness starts to spread across your skin, as if you were sinking into cold water. The pain dances across this numbness, as if it was skimming on its surface. But then, as you submerge, it becomes distant, and you realize you're leaving this body, your frame. Suddenly, something pulses inside you, some system you've never felt before. As it does, you feel yourself external to your frame, remaining on the surface. You don't feel your limbs or your organs. You barely have your thoughts. You're a pulsing point, a compressed self, flickering out. You see figures, unrecognizable shadows, gathering around you. You feel the tug of a single thread, binding you to your frame, keeping you from floating away. And at the end of that thread, something pulses and glows, and rebuilds itself into a new and more unstable form. Your frame will recover, but it will be changed this cycle. It will bear the weight of keeping you alive. It will break some part of yourself, so you may persist. You watch as it does, and anticipate waking into this newly distorted self. And then you are awake, somehow together, somehow apart, in pain and in a little more broken than before, not knowing if your survival is a miracle or a burden. You've gained a permanent glitch. A permanent glitch is represented in red on your glitch clock and will not be expended when rolling a glitched dice. You now have a chance of rolling a glitched dice every cycle. This cannot be fixed. Is this because I went so in the red on the contract? You've gained a permanent glitch. A permanent glitch is represented in red on your glitch clock and will not be expended. I don't know what a glitch dice does. That's curious. Oh shit, we have so many days away now. I also need to fix my dice because I have no ability to... How do I fix my dice? Have I just screwed my entire run? I think that contract completely fucked me. Entirely. Because I don't know how I'm supposed to... I feel like I was never this down bad. Maybe it's just my bad decisions, but like... There's no way. Why? This game is unplayable now. How am I supposed to do anything? I can't roll any dice, so is there any way for me to fix that? Oh, I should have eaten. Fuck. What is that? I wonder what that does. Yeah, I've fucked myself, I think. I don't know. I don't know if I can do anything. Can I do? I mean, I have this. I'm curious what this does. What does this do? If I was to just take 20% positive, 80% negative? Oh my god. I might... Is this crazy? I might have to restart the whole game. Because there's no way... Like, I can't... There's no way to fix my dice. I'm not broke, I guess, but, like, what? I might have to reset the whole game. I don't see any universe where I make this work. Let's see if I can pay through this. There we go. The Hexport Trade Hall makes a fragrant stew stuck through with a straw. They are heavy and warming. That's the only thing we had not done. I mean, it's like we just don't... I don't even know what number this is. Oh, I see, but it's fully positive or fully negative. That actually could almost work in our favor, but like I can't operate off of only 2 or only 3 dice. And they're already bad. Like, this is already a bad roll. We might as well try it. Negative energy. Just make ourselves some money. Extra money. I mean, we could very easily take on the next contract now that I can buy all my supplies and stuff, but like... So now I have enough to make ourselves through this next situation, but... Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. No dice damage on push reroll. Yeah, I mean, that would be great. Reroll more than 1 dice. I think that's better. No dice damage on a push reroll? Absolutely. But would I rather spend that on increasing my skills? I think so. So I think I might just wait. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fucking hell. 6 more days. So I can't spend more than 4 days out on this next contract. I think we have to keep going forward. There's nothing I can do. And I'm not going to be able to make enough money to make this work, so we just have to go. Wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting this to be so harrowing. So you're not available. So now I have to take... So I have to take you, but you have the exact same skills that I do. So that makes this is going to make this really tough. So let's take you with us, I guess. Let's do it. If this goes south, I think we reset the whole game. I'm going to change myself to an indoor character because there's no way. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Okay, we have another glitch dice. So this is just going to keep happening. The Solheim derelict fills the cockpit windows, all twisted plates and skeletal strutwork. You watched it in horror and fascination as Seraphin completed the approach, both of you silent in the presence of this decaying beast. Now, as you settle beside it, Seraphin is the first to break the silence. This thing is already dead. He shakes his head. It's a corpse, Sleeper. He nudges the ship closer, looking for a place to dock. I touch this thing too hard, it'll crumble into dust. Let's not do that. What were you expecting? I was expecting... Seraphin squints as he adjusts the rig thrust. A scrap contract, like you said, not a death trap. Take us up there. That's the bridge. Junie points towards one end of the ship, and both you and Seraphine turn around, having forgotten she was even in the cockpit. She hasn't said a word since you departed. She glances at both of your bemused faces. What? She looks away. Sorry, that's where we need to go. She stops pointing. Seraphine nods towards Junie. She's not wrong, Sleeper. The bridge would be a good start. To the bridge, then. Seraphine nods and brings the ship under control. Let's do it. Seraphine takes control of the ship, avoiding the debris field closer to the center of the wreck. He settles in position near a protrusion at the far end. This is as far as I'll go. Seraphine taps at the anchoring controls. We should be able to anchor the ship to those plates. You hear Junie begin to protest from behind you, but it's too late. Seraphine fires 2 python-tipped anchor lines at the nearest solid hull plates. The pythons slam into the plates, and despite their solid appearance, they instantly shatter. The fragments spin out across the wreck, slicing into other plates and building a spiraling storm of debris. Shit! Seraphine nudges the ship back and steadies it as the debris cascades across the surface of the wreck. The damage seems mostly superficial, but it underlines just how fragile the derelict is. Let's not do that again. Junie glances between the two of you. The data core will be very fragile. We'll have to... We've got it! Seraphine snaps. He angrily unclips from his seat. Last thing I need is a backseat driver. He kicks off and glides past her into the corridor. Sorry, Junie. No problem. She smiles a weak smile. We all want the same thing here, right? We'll work it all out. You follow Seraphine down the passage with Junie close behind. As you reach the airlock, he's already angrily suiting up, his frustration evident. Keep your cool. Seraphine looks up. Yeah. He glances at Junie. No hard feelings, right? He checks the seals on his shoulders, but this is a job, not a social event. The rest of the preparation process takes place in tense silence, each of you considering the delicate job ahead. You suit up too. Though you don't need a helmet to breathe, you slide on one and lock the seals for protection. This wreck isn't going to give up its salvage easily. The core should be near the bridge, maybe even inside it, but there's a lot of wreck here, and there might be good salvage tucked away in the cargo hold. Once the suits are on and the seals are checked, you cycle the lock and stare out at the vast expanse of the twisted hulk before you. Time to go to work. Okay, so we got ones again. Okay, so this is the rig. Cool, so this one's... Oh, I see. A still decaying ruin. Clear cargo doors. There are layers and layers of broken hull plates blocking the cargo doors. This will require some heavy work, so you could do this a little bit. Find access point. That's into it. What do you... So that goes down for you. So everybody but me can do this. Or can't do this. There has to be a way in amongst the shattered hull. Searching will be slow, but at least the derelict will remain stable. Okay, so this is a little bit more physical. And then how about this? Oop, whoops. How about this guy? Engineer... It'll take longer, but cutting away the lock layer by layer is the safest way to make it through. Yeah, so we're fucked here. Forget being delicate. The clock is running on the contract, and forcing the lock is the fastest way to gain entry. It very well could be. That's correct. So, remind myself of what I could use their skills on here. So, I could use you for this, me for this. So, Junie has to be exclusively over here. And... Oh, no, she's not. She's the green one. Hold on. Are you useless on all of these? I think she's useless on every single task. That's fucking annoying. Okay, yeah, I mean, I get why we're... It's funny because it is narratively working. Like, everything that's happening to me is narratively working. It's putting us down. It's downtroding us. You know, it's all these things. This one is the more heavy one, though, so I feel like let's give Junie... This is less risky, so let's do this. I'm not even going to chance the one. Great, good job. Force the lock. How about this guy? I'm going to take this very slow in the grand scheme of things. So I can do this. Let's do that. Great. I might as well just do it again. Great. That was perfect. You have found a passage into the cargo bay. Time to see what's inside. Cool. Okay, so that's the only thing. Perfect. So I could use your skills from now. Countless vast bays extend from here, deep into the derelict. Scanning and mapping each one will allow you to navigate them safely. I can't even see how many pieces is that. I'm a little worried about that, to be honest. Let's go back to here. So let's use your 3 here. I feel decent about that. That's, of course, a problem. The contract stress has triggered a crisis. A crisis will add 1 contract stress per cycle unless resolved at the crisis location. Okay. So we have a little bit of fuck all here. I see. A crisis. Endure. The derelict's hull is falling apart. If this breach isn't sealed and fast, this entire wreck will collapse. So maybe we put you on this. Fucking God. This game is unrelenting. It is unrelenting. And now I don't know if I should do this. I feel like I have to. Nope. 2 stress on me. Okay, it will break if I have a 1. But, alright, we're not chancing it anymore. Fuck this shit. We're gonna go end cycle. So 1 supplies will be used. Hopefully I don't roll a 1. Okay, we got a glitch dice, but that's not bad rolls. We have 2 6s. Best possible scenario here. So let's give you all of this. Okay, no big deal. But I also should probably have you fix this. What did it say? Crisis active. It's adds stress per cycle, right? That's what it said. Ideally, we just get this done. So your interface, let's give you this. This looks like 4. Cool, okay. I'm gonna give myself this also. Cool. I'm gonna do this also. Nice. Okay, that's done. New location discovered. Extract raw scrap. Deep inside the derelict, there's masses of intact scrap. This is valuable material, but it's also what's holding the ship together. Okay. I don't feel like I want to do that if I don't have to, so let's focus here now. Force the lock. I feel like I have to get you to do this. Cool, I have 1 more. If I do this, it's not a good idea. I honestly should probably just call it again. Right? Because Junie is not going to be good at this. No. I really don't. I have to keep this safe rather than pushing it. I'm going to hit 1 more stress here. That's fine. Good rolls again on Seraphin. Good. Okay. Let's get back here. Ooh, and excellent rolls all around. All right, we'll take this. So, I'm afraid of... This brings us down to a 2. Okay, so... You're good at the same things I'm good at, so I'm going to make myself do this. Just so 100% we get through this. Perfect. The bridge of the derelict lies silent. The pale beams of your suit lamps catch rows of terminals and clouds of glittering dust. Wires wave like seaweed, and the whole scene appears as if underwater. Chaotic, but still. Junie glides past you, disturbing the dust and taking you by surprise as she does. She has been a stoic presence so far, but in this moment she seems drawn forward by some force of curiosity. You watch as she bats away debris and begins checking terminals. Let her work. She's already prying an access panel off of one of the more intact-looking terminals, and as she does, puffs of rust color the vacuum around her head. Approach her. She turns back to the terminal, then finishes prying off the plate. Then quickly she reaches inside, fishing around for something. Her hand comes back out with a waving cable topped with a thick connector. As soon as she sees it, she slips a keyboard-sized deck out from somewhere on her person. She runs her hand across the back until she finds the right port and slots in the connector. All of this happens in a few seconds, the routine practiced and precise. It is not hard to be impressed. Nicely done. We'll see, she says, so quietly it seems mostly to herself. Junie's fingers dance across the deck's keyboard and a burst of static lights up the Solheim terminal screen. The sudden burst of light and color takes you by surprise. Junie's fingers tap away, terminal screen flashing with blocks of color and lines of code. It buzzes and vibrates, its long-dead systems forced back into chaotic life. Then, all at once, it goes dark. The terminal is dead. Shit. Junie hisses beneath her breath. Useless. You cannot tell if the insult is directed at the terminal or herself. There are plenty more. She looks up at you, a confused expression on her face, then scans around the bridge. I suppose, she pauses, but even from here I can tell most of them are less than scrap. The cradle with the data core can't be far. She pushes off from the terminal, gliding away from you. I'll start looking, she calls back, and heads to the other side of the bridge. Seraphine glides up beside you. Everything all right? All good. Good. Seraphine claps you on the shoulder. Seraphine stretches in his suit. I have to admit, it's nice to be back working, especially now that we're the ones who will reap the benefits. He clasps you on the shoulder. Feels good to be taking our fate into our own hands. I know it's pretty rough there, back on Hexport, and out here we're just as likely to get shredded by debris to find the damn data core, but aren't you glad we made a break for it? He pauses and looks down, having asked the question almost by accident. I mean, I am. I just don't want to speak for you. I'm glad too. Seraphine smiles. You better be. I didn't give up that little dark side cupboard I was living in for nothing. He laughs at his own joke. Look. Seraphine checks his suit's wrist seals. Once we've got a bit of space behind us, once we've gotten the distance, if we even manage to get that far, he furrows his brow. Don't feel you owe me. I'm no charity case. You want us to go our separate ways? Fine by me. He meets your eyes. Just do me the favor of telling to my face. I will. Seraphine nods but doesn't respond. After a moment, he shines the torch out into the dark, checking the rows of terminals all across the bridge. You watch the glittering dust as it eddies in the beam. Let's get to it. You watch as he crosses the bridge, his torch probing the dark corners. You feel a chill run through your body as you imagine the people that once ran this ship, the Solheim crew, surely long dead. What was it like here before the collapse, when the system was the jewel in Solheim's crown? It's impossible to know. That history is lost to you now. All you could do is pick up what you can from the ruins. New location discovered. Alright, I think we're about at the edge of our... I don't know. We have maybe a little bit more time. Let's see what we can gather here. Data core location. The bridge and data core must be connected, but in a wreck as big as this, tracing that connection is a challenge. I see. Okay, so I'm going to want to use... I think I'm going to want to use Seraphine here to just mitigate the damage here as much as possible. So let's try to... Let's get you to fix this shit. Cool, because I can't do this, and now I think I've already kind of screwed myself here, but let's do our best to get this stuff done. So both of us can... Both Junie and I can knock this down. Data core location. Nice. I might even just give you, because it's a 3, we might as well use it. Nice. Sure. Of course. New crisis location active. Okay, so we could do this, but I think we might as well. We're now out of dice. I think this will move quickly, but I think if I can outrun this potentially with my if I spend all my energy trying to get this together. Okay, we have a 1, which is great, but we'll deal with that. I think if I push this, I think we'll be okay. Not push. A bad word for that. So if I use 2 here, yep. Hopefully another positive here. Yep. This will be a max positive for sure. Cool. I just need 2 more. Oh, that's not good. I shouldn't use the glitch dice. Oh, wait, if I use you here, I might be able to do it. Yes! Yes, 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 yes! Finally, the location of the data core is identified. Now, extracting it is all that remains. Oh, fuck. I still have... Damn it, there's even more! Okay, so one more day, basically, of us trying to knock this down. So none of us are engineers, so it's really just between the two of us to be able to get this together. Or if you have really good rolls. Can I do anything to stop this? Not really, honestly. Not really. I'm gonna have like one day to do this, I think, before this thing is not possible. I mean, I might as well... No, because if I waste this now, it's not gonna work. I'm not gonna have a second day. Wow, this is bad. Okay, so I just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fuck, I should use the... I don't want to do that. I think I have to, though. I think I have to do this. Hopefully neutral. Of course. Data core damage. Fuck. Okay. All right. Let's end the day. Let's see what happens. Okay. I'll take that. New crisis location active. Okay, so again, I have this day. Let's do it. Come on, come on. That's 2. That's 3. That should get us to 5. Come on. And then I'm gonna have to have him try it. Yep. Okay, come on. This is dangerous, but it is what it is. Oh my god. Okay, so now it's should I rather risk a 1 from him, or do I risk a glitch dice? What is the odds? So it's 1 in 5 that this works out versus this is a better move. I have to do this. Come on. Oh my fucking god, I can't believe that worked. It's over. The work is done. The core sits in a complex cradle made of many connections. Getting it out intact is a delicate act. Fuck yeah, it is. I can't... Oh, that's an achievement. Extract the core from the Solheim derelict cleanly. You watch nervously as Junie guides the core out of the cradle, a large ball, almost half of your height in diameter. It glides up out of the framework that held it, connections waving loose and cut. Her breathing comes through the suit's comms, loud enough to be picked up, and it fills you with tense energy as you watch. Over the course of the job, you've seen Junie both focused and distracted, nervous and precise, but you've not seen her any more confident than in this moment now. She floats beside the data core, handling it with care and skill, as if it was the vast egg of some endangered bird. She glances up and sees you watching her, and you notice something unfamiliar in her eyes, something that you've perhaps seen in a passing moment before, only now it is no momentary lapse or change. It's set in place. You see determination. She guides the core a little away from you with one hand, and at the same time comes forward, almost placing herself between you and her prize. And it does seem to be hers in the way that she handles it, the possessive way she screens it with her body. We need to talk. The statement comes flat and deadpan, any nervous tremble gone, right now. What are you doing? Sleeper. She takes a deep breath. I want to be honest with you, but I need to know you won't take this from me. Junie glances around the cradle defensively, but Seraphin is already heading back to the ship to prepare the cargo bay for the core storage. You two are alone. Tell me and we'll see. Fine. She folds her arms, but it's staying with me. Karsten doesn't deserve this treasure, Sleeper. Junie glances over her shoulder at the core. Do you know how many of these are left intact? She shakes her head. And all he wants to do is wipe it clean so he can use it to interface with Hexport. All that data, gone. So what do you want? I want to extract the data to make use of it. You see some genuine emotion flicker in her eyes. She sighs. After extracting the data, the core will be unusable. There's a security system that will fry it if data duplication is attempted. I can delay the security response long enough to copy the data, but after that... You've done this before. Yes. That's why I came. Look at this place, Sleeper. She gestures to the cradle room, a dark and twisted cavern of long-dead tech. How many of these places are left? How many chances do we have to recover anything this old, this fragile? Like it or not, we live in Solheim's shadow, in their ruins, and yet we know almost nothing. What chance do we have of understanding how we got here when others like them, like Sennett, Stat, and Conway, are descending on this system? What can we learn from the core? I don't know, Sleeper. That's the point. We can learn our history, how this system was settled. We could better learn the technology we built our lives on. We could uncover Solheim's crimes and seek to make amends. She looks at you with pleading eyes. We could see beyond survival towards something else. You've never heard Junie speak like this, and you realize what you've taken for nervousness was actually control. This, the person in front of you defending a decaying data core with their life, is the real Junie. But then, you think of Lane, of the price he likely puts on your head, puts on you and your Seraphin's heads, and of the feed lines, without which leaving Hexport will be almost impossible. Is this even a choice? Junie listens carefully as you tell her about the deal with Karsten, the feed lines he offered you, and that both of you and Seraphin are on the run. Then I'll help you. Judy doesn't flinch. We'll find another way to get those feed lines. Karsten is an idiot. I can hack his security, or you can pull them out of there, or Seraphin looks tough. Maybe he can grab them? She looks desperate. We can do it. We can do something. Why should I trust you? Let me be honest with you. I don't work for Karsten. He didn't send me. I knew it. I might have misled you there. I knew he knew where the derelict was, and I heard your conversation. I've been keeping an eye on him. She pauses. I know I lied, but I can help you. Let me strip the data from the core, and I promise to help you get the feed lines. She meets your eyes with intensity. It's a lot of information to take in at once. You need a second to think. Christ. I think we're going to leave it here. Let's see. What decision do we take? We'll find out in the next episode. Please give this video a like and subscribe. We're hanging on by a thread here, but we're certainly doing it. Let's see what happens next. See you in the next episode.